joining the military, whether it be the Marines, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, or the National Guard. I myself am one of them. I have recently sworn into the Air National Guard, and I'm waiting to leave for BMT, which is basic military training. It's important to know the process of joining the military in order to make the best decision for yourself. Joining the military can be summed up into about 3 steps. I'd like to refer to them as getting started as step 1, making the commitment as the 2nd step, basic training and tech school as the 3rd step. One thing you must do in order to get started is find a recruiter in the branch that you want to serve in. My recruiter was Sergeant Milo Davis in the Air National Guard. He gave me all my information through about.com. He would forward me links for all the jobs that I was interested in. Getting started is pretty simple. First, you have an ASVAB exam. It can take from 2 to 4 hours. You just work at your pace. It could be longer. And when you get your scores back, there are 5 different areas in the scores. There's mechanics, electronics, general score, for example. And you'll receive a different score at each one. The highest score you get in that one will show you the jobs for that area. And the 5 scores will tell your recruiters what jobs you're eligible for academically. Next, you have the MEPS process. This includes the physical exam, which you get your blood drawn. You have a P-test, vision exam, hearing exam, and weightlifting exam. And the MEPS process also includes your medical history, whether you have mental issues, drug usage, and your current physical limitations if you do have any. The MEPS process is from around 6 a.m. to around noon. They try to get you out before noon, so they don't have to feed you lunch. So usually, it may take longer though. Just depends on how many people are there. Finally, after all the testing's over, you get to look at job possibilities, and your recruiter will look at all of your exams and let you know all of the job eligibility academically and physically. If you want to research the job, you can visit about.com, as I mentioned earlier, as my recruiter forwarded information to me. You should know that at this point, you can back out of joining the military. You should have not signed any papers at this point that binds you with the military. Your next step is to choose a job and wait for the job to become available. You're making the commitment. You have chosen a job of your liking at this point. You can choose to, or you can back out if you don't want to do it. Once you've chosen a job of your liking, you're put on the list of jobs you're qualified for. You will then receive a call from your recruiter if any of the jobs you become eligible for come available. He'll call you even if it's not a job you wanted. And at that point, you can choose to accept or to not accept. If you do, the next process would be to swear in. You should definitely be ready to do paperwork for like the next 4 hours. It takes a long time. The paperwork you're doing covers your benefits, the school dates, and your bank information and your drill weekends, which is also referred to as your student flight weekends. The dates you choose for school determine when you're going to leave for BMT, which is basic military training. Once your dates are chosen, you're off to basic training. Basic training is about 8 to 8.5 weeks. It can be longer if you're recycled, which means you do like one thing wrong and they yell at you, and it's like you're stuck for another week. You're doing that whole week over again. So the most important part while you're there through the suggested fitness exam there is running, push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups. And you want to make sure to pass those exams or you don't graduate, or you get yelled at more when you get there. So when you graduate basic military training, you can graduate as a Liberator, which is minimal standards, or a Thunderbolt, which is an honor graduate, or as a Warhawk, which is the highest standards. After graduating basic training, you go to tech school. The job you choose will determine how long you're at tech school. It can be 2 weeks, maybe not 2 weeks, but like a month to a year, maybe longer than that, how long you're in tech school. And each week that you're in tech school, you gain back your privileges. First week, you have no freedom. The next week, you do. Let's say you mess up in week 6, you're back to week 1. So you don't want to mess up. And you have to live on the base while you're in tech school. And once you finish tech school, you're going to receive your medical and dental insurance. You're now able to go back home, or you may be deployed, depending if you're active duty or the Guard or reserves. And you also receive your military ID after tech school. So you have now been trained to perform your job at this point. And you've done the ASVAB exam, the MEPS exam, discovered a job that fits you, and you've been sworn in, and you've been to BMT and tech school and graduated all of these. It's very important to know the process of joining the military to make sure you make the best decision for yourself and for your life. I hope that I've expanded your knowledge of the procedures taken when joining the military.
Oh, wait, pause.